Hello and welcome to Flippin' Through the Internet's #1 Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. And tonight we're flipping live. We're flipping through the latest issue of Mad Magazine with none other than fan favorite Kyle Bridgett. That's right. Look at this. Beautiful, crisp. Oh, it's immaculate. Issue number 43 in the new numbering, of course. But before I do that, make sure that you hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Pretty please with sugar on top. It really means so much to me. It's the #1 way that you can support this YouTube channel and help it grow, and it can't grow without your support. So please consider doing that. If you want to support this channel in another way, patreon.com/flippin through. Link is down in the description. What do you get? You get a 6 set of stickers. You get some pretty cool buttons. And you could, in fact, also get a stencil, perfect for defacing both public and private property. So consider that. You can also become a channel member. Channel members, what do they get? They get special emojis, ones that you can use in this live chat for live streams. Also, you get early access to every single video that I post. So consider that. If you're watching live right now, leave a comment in the live chat. I love going to the chat. The chat is powerful. The chat is important. The chat is omniscient and omnipotent. So consider doing that. In the meantime, we have something very important to do. We have to welcome in friend of the show, Kyle Bridgett. Kyle, come here. Kyle.
Oh, I thought you were going to put me in yourself.
What took you so long?
Oh, I was waiting for you to put me in there. I didn't know I had to do it myself.
Well, I didn't. No. This is going to be a bit that I just decided on without talking to you about.
All right. Well, that's why you usually corroborate your bits ahead of time.
It's called improv. Yes, and okay.
Yeah, but you tell people that you're doing that.
Yes, and then
listen,
the bit works.
Listen. Is there going to be a bathroom break during this thing? Because, there's labor laws here, buddy. And just because it's free doesn't mean I'm not entitled to rights.
All right. We will make sure that we do a potty break for Kyle. Absolutely.
The old potty ZB.
I just like to hold it in the whole time and just start kind of wiggling in my chair. Kyle, lots of people are here this evening.
Actually, this is really convenient for me. You're saying hi to everybody, so I'll let you do that first, and then
you say that first. I'm going to text somebody real quick.
When you said that a lot of people here, I thought, well, hey, that's really convenient for me because I have my ballot for the 2025 Eisner Awards, and I got to make some tough decisions. And normally, because here's the thing, I don't really read anything from Marvel, DC, Image. Is Dark Horse, is that still a one?
Dark Horse is still a one, yeah.
I don't read from any of those. There's also kid publishers, and also I mostly read old stuff. So it's like I get to vote on these things, but half the time I haven't read any of the books that are in them. I've barely seen them.
What's the rule when you vote on stuff? Do you have to vote like
your conscience?
Can you leave them blank?
I'm not sure. Maybe. I can't recall.
Okay.
But I usually fill them out. Often I just pick by publisher. I'll just be like, I'll pick that publisher.
Yeah.
So this is good.
But
so
what
there'll
if you
be some
leave a category like furry hentai, like best furry hentai this year? Like if you don't vote on that, will your whole ballot be invalidated?
I don't think so. It's a whole digital thing. I'm not sure if I can skip them. I've never tried to skip one. So I don't know. I'll see when I open up my ballot. I'm not going to show my ballot because I don't know if that part is confidential, but all the nominations have been announced, so it shouldn't be a problem.
All right.
And some of them I will know. So if I know them and I want to vote for them, I'll just vote for them. But otherwise, maybe we can do some polls and other stuff.
Ooh, polls. Here we have also Sketchy Works. Say hello, humans and beans. Thanks for showing up, Sketchy Works. We have Harvey Esquire. Dang, this has been a crazy week. Bombs, escapes, tall ships. Now a train hit some people. I'm not aware of any of these events in the news. Vanessa Amaya, good evening, y'all. Good evening, Vanessa. How do you do? That's it. That's everybody who said hello so far. So if you are tuned in and you're, I haven't given you a little shout out yet, make sure that you leave a message, because it helps boost things. Also, hey, you wanted to see something cool? I can also do this. I don't know if we see it, but you can click these little we can't see it on screen, but little emojis like float up, and apparently that.
Oh yeah, you got to pay for that service.
I hope not, because I've been clicking it a lot.
You got a big YouTube bill at the end of the month.
Mad
like when they introduced Star 69 on the phones.
Yeah.
And like my sister was doing it all like 8 times a day for a month, and we got a phone bill that was like $600.
Did you have to pay for that?
When that service first came out, yeah, it was like it was like 50 cents per use.
Yeah.
And it was heavily advertised too.
That's dirty. They do you dirty like that.
This is brought to you by use the phone.
Liquid Death.
Oh, Liquid Death.
Yeah, severed lime. It's pretty yummy. Okay, Kyle. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. I forgot to. I'm sorry. I'm such a hillbilly. I forgot to say all the people that support me on Patreon.
Yeah, as someone who supports you on Patreon, I'm very offended.
Yeah, sorry. Wait, what? No, active. Okay, Ben Forsgren, Joey Jesso, Reflection of Perfection, Tom Richmond, David Strickler, Megan McInerney, Bobby Weigel, Cam Hayden, Rob Wilson, Rod Meadsbury, Andrew Goldfarb, Casey Orion, Little Cozy Nostril. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I hope I can keep on earning it. Kyle, that's a cool shirt, though.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Francesca. Hello, everybody. I'm flipping through. Hey, do you want to get in a little bit of this first?
I mean, that kind of, I feel like they don't know my name when they say it like that. I know they're probably talking to the chat, but
yeah. Hey, hello, Flippin and other guy, friendly guy. Let's jump into a little bit of this, and then we can get into a little bit of the Eisner Awards.
All right.
How does that sound? Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Here we go. Hey, what are you doing? This is a family show.
Hey, it's legal in Canada. This is legal across the board here.
Golly. All right. Well,
I got nothing to hide.
All right. It's illegal in Canada. Please don't do the strike my channel. What do you think of this cover? Mark Fredrickson doing this cover.
Yeah, it's all right. So I want to say right off the bat with this issue, there's like maybe 2 things in here that I've seen like 1 episode of, because I don't watch any reality TV.
Oh, yeah. I don't know this.
I know of the like basic concept of like it real or cake.
Yeah.
Because I've seen videos of that concept around, but I don't know how the show works. Other than
I feel like, wasn't this like the Dr. Pimple Popper, where it was like the thing where it would like, is it real or cake, was this internet sensation, and then they turned it into a television show and sort of zapped all of the fun and charm out of it?
I honestly don't know Dr. Pimple Popper either. It's something I've heard about and always been like, I don't care to see what that is.
Yeah, it's got a niche audience, but it's exactly what it sounds like.
Is it? That's
yeah.
Unfortunate. So it's pornography.
Yeah, this is the problem, though. I don't know who this man is.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming he's a guy who eats cake.
Yeah.
It should be Marie Antoinette. Boom. There's a reference I get.
Shit. Hold on. I always forget this. Hold on. He's from SNL. Does he have anything to do with cake? He's from SNL. Anyway, I
SNL.
like
What
this
guy
though.
from SNL is he? I don't recognize him even as a guy from SNL.
Yeah, this is a cool. This is one of the things that I really like about this is the blown up artwork and like just kind
Yeah.
of selecting little things. You don't get to see Mort Drucker work in color that often, so that's pretty fun.
This is really late era too. This is from 2006.
Yeah.
Which for some reason I really recognize this cover, even though I wouldn't have been reading Mad at that time. I don't know. Maybe just because to Mort Drucker it feels familiar.
Yeah.
But initially, when I kind of skimmed through this, when I was what do I call it, flicking through this, I came across this. I was like, oh, that must have been from the 90s. But now I can see, yeah, it's from
No,
2006.
pretty firmly in 2006. Is that Elon top right? I think that's I forget who that is. It was a Chinese fellow who sang
Charlie
very
Chan.
I'm a Charlie Chan man. I wish it was Charlie Chan. It was William Hung. That's who it was. And he was really bad at singing. And he parlayed that. I think, honestly, was maybe like special needs. And America laughed at him. And he kind of just rolled that into making, just getting his bag for a short period of time.
Also, he had a big cock, so he had that going for him too.
Yeah. He would do the hung helicopter.
He was
That's
from
what
the
he called
legendary Hung family.
it. He'd play his keyboard with his
They're known
cock.
for their prestigious size.
It was in no, never mind. Okay, let's keep moving on. Oh, there is new stuff and old stuff, of course, but also probably some fake stuff. So let's zoom in here.
I'm guessing it's probably slice, burn, squirt, blurt, TV's Top Chef injuries.
What? There
I'm
are
guessing
two
that's
Spy
the
versus
fake one.
Spies.
Oh, there's two new
Swallow.
Spy versus Spies. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, slice, burn, squirt, and blurt. Oh, dude, know what? I was on Reddit, lurking on Reddit, and I saw they were talking about somebody posted this, and they were like, "Hey, I saw something in the what is this table of contents, but I couldn't find it in the magazine." And somebody posted on there. I should go and find it and give credit, but I'm not going to. They were like, in the 2000s, it became this whole thing where they would always have a fake article in the table of contents.
Really?
And then at one point, one of the fake ones became an actual article. And it was John Caldwell's, like, what if chickens time traveled?
Okay.
Yeah. So this
Interesting.
apparently is not a new thing, but it's also something that I was never aware of.
Well, you know what? I never really read contents pages that much. Like, you're into them.
No, I'm not. Don't you say that.
You are. You're always like, every time you flip through a Mad magazine, you're like, oh, here's the contents page, and you're going through it. Same with letters.
No, I pointed out letters. Yes, letters. I read the letters page because that's meaningful. That's impactful. That's part of, like, I don't know, mad culture. I point out, like, this is the contents page. Look at it, but I'm not into it.
Like, I
I
only
have a
really
favorite
noticed
one.
the fake ones. One that was after my time in the 2000s, after I was really reading Mad.
Yeah.
Until I started up again. And also, I started reading the contents pages more because I want to know when things are from.
Yeah.
Since they've become a reprint focused magazine.
Sounds like you're very into the contents page. I'm not, and don't spread shit like that. I am not into the contents page. Fun fact, William Hung was the last contestant to make any money without the network getting a cut after him. Everyone had to sign away all their rights to the show. Delightful. This is my sister, by the way.
Ah.
Yeah.
So she'd
she's
know.
tuning
She'd
in
know
to
about
talk.
your content, your love for content
Yeah,
pages.
she knows all of my favorite magazines and contents page. That is true. Look at this, Brand. Can I just say, I think we talked about this last time. I do think it's a little bit of a bummer that the last Spy versus Spy wasn't the last Spy versus Spy.
Yeah, that's always a bad look. You know, like wrestlers, they have like 18 retirement matches.
Yeah. Or like
And
bands that are like, this is the farewell concert. And then like
yeah.
3 years later, it's like, we're back.
Sometimes not
With
even
Paul
that
McCartney.
much.
Yeah, you're right. But how about
Yeah.
this one? Hot dog? I do like the premise of this. I
It
mean, it's
looks
pretty.
great. I like how it gets smaller with the dog, you know.
Yeah.
That's semiotics right there. And
What does that mean? What's semiotics?
it's like about like, you know, how like the sort of symbols are reflecting itself. So it's like the hot dog getting smaller is reflected in the design of the page
Mm,
to kind of make you think about the hot dog getting smaller.
yeah.
I mean, it is a shame that they didn't make it to this middle and kiss. You know, it could have been a real like turning
Yeah.
point in Spy versus Spy.
Dude, if they just started
But,
Frenching.
like that should be the last one.
Yeah. But which one is the top? That's the question.
Which one is the top? I'm gonna say Black Spy.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too.
Yeah, he's
you
the more
could
butch of the pair.
Yeah, you could you could have the gray spy in the cuck chair. God, this is a family show. Look what you've done to me.
You gotta see. This is why you gotta join the Patreon, because the Discord is it's 18 and up.
There is no Discord on the Patreon.
Oh yeah, sorry.
All right.
There's
Here we
no
have
Discord.
Man versus Wild at the Mall. I mean, this is one that could still be relevant because doesn't Bear Grylls have a show on Netflix too?
I don't know who that is. Is that the guy who quit YouTube recently?
Who quit YouTube recently?
There's some famous, I didn't know who he was either, but there's some famous wilderness YouTube guy who like quit. I thought maybe that was this guy.
Bear Grylls is a British guy. He was like British Special Forces, and he started doing like these reality shows where it's like him surviving in different places, and he became famous for like drinking his own piss, drinking other people's piss, having people.
Did he have that cool British Special Forces knife?
Which one? Wait, the one I have?
Like the dagger? No, the dagger one. You got the American one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know the cool British Special Forces.
There's like a real sharp spike one.
Really?
They use, yeah.
There's a really cool one that like the Airborne had where there was like on the blade like a little thumb indent, so that
okay.
Yeah, and like the idea was like so you hold it right and then it would like go between people's ribs and not.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty brutal.
That's just to make you feel badass. Like I feel like so much of military tech is to make the guys feel tough, you know?
Oh yeah. That's why it looks so fucking cool.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to look that cool, any of it. But it does.
back in the days when like you didn't have a choice and you just got shanghaied into the military, all the equipment was pretty dorky actually.
the little square thing like a French Foreign Legion guy.
Yeah, or like a big like poofy like fur hat and you know like jodhpurs or something.
Yeah, freaking losers, dude. Oh wait, and found out he was a fake. Oh yeah, and he would fake stuff because the thing is,
he wasn't
like,
in special forces.
No. He just wouldn't really be surviving. Like he'd go and
so he died. He's like, it's like this is the 8th one of these guys. We breed him in a lab.
He's not surviving. Fucking fraud.
It takes some heavy editing to make it look like this guy survived.
It was Herman Mahia. Herman Mahia was doing the artwork on this, and I love Herman Mahia. And I just have to say that. That's all.
He's got a new one in this, doesn't he?
Ooh, I don't know. He had a new one in the last one.
Yeah, I think he has a new one in this.
Yeah. Here we have a mad look at reality TV. Yeah, okay, listen. Yeah, he slept in hotels during shooting the series. And it's like, to me, that seems absolutely reasonable to do.
Yeah, it's not like a contest. It's not like he was winning money.
Yeah.
He was an entertainer.
Yeah. Be like, David Carradine never knew how to do karate, dude.
Yeah.
Or
And
kung
like,
fu,
you know
for
what?
that
I got
matter.
legs. I got legs down there. You can't see them. Sorry to shock you, but they exist, like it's a show.
Yeah, Kyle is not the guy from Kids on the train.
I was thinking more like Norm from the spoof of Cheers, I think was in Mad, where he like falls off the bench and he doesn't have legs. He's like a weeble.
David Carradine also wasn't Chinese. That is correct. He was not Chinese. He did not play a joke. He never put pee-pee in your Coke. Not if he was supposed to be a survivor's guy. Harvey, we're not going to see eye to eye on this. I think it's totally acceptable.
It's reality TV. It's the farthest thing from reality.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Look at this. I love this. But wait, there's a part that I want you to see.
Me.
Yeah, can you spot what I want you to see?
Ooh, I see. I'm gonna have to add this to my list.
What? No, wait, where? Oh, I just saw that.
That's what you're talking about.
No, I'm talking about this, the door.
Oh, Dr. Pimple Popper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know what I'm not 100% sure what that is. I assume it's like some sort of weird pornography.
Yeah. I think it might be for some people.
Okay, so actually, when I said there was only 2 shows in here that I knew, I do know this one. I wasn't really counting this article, but I have seen Antiques Roadshow.
Yeah. Here we go. Jennifer Tilly is not in any Mad magazines.
Not in any Mad magazines. I find that hard to believe.
Did they not? What was she in? Chucky or Bride of Chucky? A Liar, Liar.
Was she in Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Jennifer Tilly?
Maybe I'm thinking of someone else.
You're thinking of somebody else.
Okay. I don't know actresses or actors, really.
Yeah.
I mean, unless maybe if they're from like the golden age of cinema or something.
Yeah.
Like this one, Mom's Dance. I didn't get this. Or Dance Moms.
Yeah.
So I guess it's like the kids dance. Is that what happens on that show?
Yeah, it has to do with like, this is insane to try to do this issue with somebody who's not aware of anything that's on television.
Well, it's not that I'm not aware of anything on television. It's that I'm really not aware of reality TV, especially.
Jennifer Tilly is on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills now. So there you go. Jennifer Tilly was a little bit of a childhood crush.
What was she in? She was in Bride of Chucky, right? That was the one.
She was Bride of Chucky. She was also in Liar, Liar. And what's his face? Who's that? Jim Carrey. He was cross-examining her on the stand. And he's like, "Excuse me, what do you weigh?" And she's like, 125. And he said, "Yeah, in your bra." that line is stuck in my mind forever. She had a crush on you. Yes, that's my understanding of it. And she did a voiceover on Family Guy. Anyway, listen. They had in Dance Moms, it's about children who dance and the pushy mothers who like watch over them.
Okay. Like the Honey Boo Boo thing.
I think Honey Boo Boo but that was a pageant mom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But isn't that, so it's not a pageant thing. It's like you can dance with the stars kind of thing, but with like kids.
Yeah, and I mean, I think these kids have like they're quite talented dancers. Like several of them have gone on to have like real careers.
Oh, fuck off. That's the thing that you say about every reality TV show. They're really talented blank.
Wait, but I have no horse in the race, Kyle.
No, but I mean, that's what everybody says about reality TV show, that like everyone is like, oh, but they're really, they're really good survivors in the wilderness. Oh, but they're really good chefs. Oh, but they're really good, whatever.
Pro poker players. Yeah, well, anyway, I know one of them was on got a job in a Sia music video with Shia LaBeouf.
Okay.
So what smart ass thing do you have to say to that, huh?
I don't like, every time, like the more celebrity, like contemporary celebrity names I hear, the more I'm racking my brain to figure out who they are.
Well,
like I know Shia LaBeouf because he was like he tried to have like a conceptual art career.
Yeah.
And it was just like really irritating to anyone like trying to make a living in the arts.
Well, Kyle, as much as I would like to, we cannot just spend live streams talking about like Hedi Lamar.
Who? Oh, yeah. No, I'm thinking of Lamar Burton from Reading Rainbow. Sorry.
Oh my God.
Who's Hedi Lamar?
You don't even know that? Hedi Lamar was this beautiful Hollywood starlet who was also like a genius. And
you know what? My next guess was basketball player. I thought maybe it was a basketball player.
No, you're talking about Lamar.
No, there is a Lamar basketball player though.
I feel like at some point there was a Lamar that played basketball. Yeah.
Okay, but I thought you were just. Oh my God, this is a very tough issue for me.
Bride of Chucky, Tiffany stripped herself in front of Chucky. Very good, thank you. Jennifer was in The Fabulous Baker Boys. Mr. Mixoplick.
Glad you were able to pronounce that.
Yeah.
Like if I was doing, I know who that is, but I would have to like look up the pronunciation if I was doing a video where that came up.
Well, this was the joke in Blazing Saddles, is that guy's name was Hedley. And everybody kept calling him Hedi Lamar.
I thought they were saying Jennifer Tilly was in Blazing Saddles. I was like, what? Was she like 8?
All right. Okay. Now I got to show you guys this. All right. Hold on. Browser. This is Hedi Lamar. See?
Oh, well, yeah. I don't know her either.
Yeah. Anyways, it was like golden age. But anyway, she went on to do something really smart. She was like this famous person, Hollywood career. What did she do? She invented some shit. There, inventing career. Frequency hopping, spread spectrum. So there
you go. I didn't even clue in. So maybe I don't even know my like golden age stars as well.
That's shocking. I thought that was like a layup. You would know Hedi Lamar.
I didn't pick up on it. I thought you were talking about someone contemporary.
Hey, yo, I'm Hedi Lamar. Hedi Lamar sued Mel for the use of the name Hedi Lamar. No, Hedwig Lamar was the character, I thought.
Wait, isn't it Hedwig?
That was her name, was Hedwig. And she went by Hedi because obviously, what the fuck? Nobody wants a movie star named Hedwig.
I like the name Hedwig. I think it's a good name.
Yeah, it's good.
Or as the French would say, Edwig.
Yeah. Hedwig is a good name for a homunculus, okay? It's not a good name for a movie star in the golden age of cinema.
It's a name for a thing that you put on your head if you don't have, like, if you're bald. It's the thing you put on your Hedwig.
Well, She was Czechoslovakian. Oh no, I'm sorry. She was Austrian born. So yeah, Hedwig.
But you know what would be worse? Much worse would be like earwig. I
Yeah,
really hate those.
or Merkin.
I like those. This I like this Don Martin.
Oh, sorry. I'll go
It's
back.
nice that it's like an original color. I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of times when you get a Don Martin in here, it's digital color.
1982. Yeah, no, what's weird though is that I wonder. Look at you have like these like weird blue and yellow bricks. I wonder how different this looked on the original issue.
Yeah, I don't know.
It looks a
I
lot
probably
more
don't have that
vibrant.
one.
Yeah.
But also like the paper quality and the print quality is better now on these.
Yeah.
So, and they might be taking it from the original art. They probably have like a photo stat
Yeah.
or whatever you call it, like a slide of it.
Yeah. How much of that original artwork does, because Mad, I mean, they bought the artwork, right? Wasn't that the whole thing with Mad?
For a long time, yeah.
When did they stop doing that?
Well, they definitely weren't doing it when I worked there, but not that I
Yeah.
worked there, but when I was published there. I think they stopped in the 90s. I think they probably stopped with Gaines. I think that was the thing that he was into.
I used my burp button. Anyway, that would be interesting if they like. Wouldn't it be cool if Sue's got to like?
Oh, to silence your burp. I thought
Yeah.
you were talking about a button that like was activated by burps. I was like, he used a burp button to do what? To look something up? Why does that product exist?
Sorry.
Like a much grosser clapper.
Here, I'm going to activate the burp button. It is. Shane said, I think that was a back cover, and it was. And look, it is not more vibrant now than it was then. It's just
No, but
vibrant.
it doesn't look altered at all. It's probably just better, like a better reproduction.
Yeah.
Better paper, maybe.
Yeah. All right. So there we go. There you have it.
So you must be happy about this one.
Survivor? Oh, Will Ray.
Yeah. Or Bill Ray, as he's credited here.
I know, but and you know what's weird? He goes by William Ray, so I even fucked that up.
That's because he's gone legit. He's like a real artist now.
Dude, it's nuts. Do you follow him on Instagram or like see what he posts on Facebook?
Yeah, I do. Not closely though, because I try not to be on the social medias as much because they're such time sucks. So Survivor, this is one I watched the last episode of the first season when it aired because it was like a cultural event.
Then you'll recognize this handsome fellow, Richard.
I would not remember.
He was the
much
winner
about it. He won the first one.
Yeah, he won.
When was this done? When is this from?
It doesn't say on here.
Must say somewhere.
You know what? I know where I'll find it on the table of contents.
Oh, you would.
The year 2000.
Oh God, this guy loves content pages. This is from 2000. Okay.
Yeah.
So this was contemporary. This isn't like based on Survivor, like season 10 or something.
No. God. He's so cool.
I like the Alfred E. Neuman there.
Where? Oh, I missed that. Know what I like? I like these trashy babes. Nobody...
Yeah, of course you do. Very Monroe.
Yeah. Look at the Dave Berg. Holy cow.
I brought Dave Berg because I can't imagine anyone else would rather be trapped on. I can't imagine anyone else who I would rather be trapped on an island with.
Yeah, that's
So that was
Dixie
like he was like
Bartolo.
a Jeffrey Dahmer type, basically. Whoever that survivor was.
They got to bring some. I wonder what this would be like to rewatch this show.
I mean, I couldn't imagine rewatching it. Like, I watched the first season because I spent the whole first season right up to the last episode being like, this stupid thing. You know, can't TV be better? Why are they doing this reality TV thing? This nothing good can come of this.
Yeah.
And then it got to the last episode, and I was living with my dad at the time, and he was like, "Hey, you want to watch this?" He hadn't watched any of the episodes either. He's like, apparently this is like the thing that everyone's talking about. So I thought I'd watch the last episode of the first season and then never have to watch it again. And I was like, hey, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Was it?
You could just take the re out of there. I mean, it was good in that, like, I understood what it was, and it was like this cultural moment. It was neat to see what everybody was into, and then to like not understand why like the culture
Yeah.
was so sick and depraved.
It was like 9/11. You know, it's like, well, if everybody's watching this,
You know what? Yeah, it was like that. It was very much like 9/11. Everyone's eyes, like America's eyes, were cast towards, you know, one thing. And
why is it happening? We don't understand why,
yeah,
but yet it is.
but people were way into it. It was a big event that first season.
Holy smokes, we got 20 people tuned in right now to the live stream. You guys, if you are just tuning in, make sure that you give a thumbs up button. It sure does help. Okay, that's the most important thing. Give a thumbs up to the video and maybe even drop a comment in the chat. You can, I do have super chats now. I forgot to mention that. If we get one super chat, there's a goal. Kyle will go back to working at that special bookstore that he worked at all those years ago.
I worked at 2 different ones.
You know the one I'm talking about.
Listen, here, get this. So,
hey, white boy.
That's what my grandma called me. Hey, put your hand up there again. No, up a little bit higher. Keep going. Whoa.
What are you doing?
Look at your giant hand. Wait, there we go. Okay, we shouldn't do that for too long. That's only interesting to us. No, I worked at an adult video store called Adult by Choice in Windsor, Ontario. And I did get called white boy by a bunch of white kids who would like basically like always try to peek in the door and stay there for as long as possible till I'd chase them off with a broom.
Oh,
and at one point they got mad. They started opening the door and being like, hey, white boy. And then I told my grandmother that story, and she called me white boy till the day she died. Like, even like my last words to her before she died were like, I love you, grandma. And she said, I love you, white boy.
Shut up.
It was I love you too, white boy. But
did she really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Ah, I love that. The ABS, wink, wink. That is hilarious.
And you know what? She bought me more Mad magazines than anybody other than my mother.
All right, here, look at I have my very first super chat. So Kyle Bummer, you are gonna have to go back to work at that special bookstore.
It doesn't exist. There's no bookstore. There's no erotic bookstores anymore. Oh yeah. So anyway, there's another part to that story. So I worked at one in Windsor, Ontario, moved to Halifax, Nova Scotia. I worked in one here, a different like store. First day I was working in there, a customer from my other store walked in, and not just any customer, like a customer who used to come in and I would hang out for an hour and we would talk like 3 or 4 times a week.
Yeah.
But all sorts of stuff. He was a pretty cool guy. But like first day here, and it's like 1,000 miles away.
The weird thing about that is that I understand that concept of like going to a store on a regular basis and like getting to know the staff. Every comic shop I've ever shopped at, I've gotten to know staff. I stop in, we talk. Something about doing that in an adult video or bookstore, it just kind of hits a little different.
most people don't do that. It was mostly what's nice about that job is most people don't want you to even really acknowledge that they're there.
Yeah. No, like, hey, welcome.
Yeah. And also people have like weird hang-ups and stuff that when they come in. Like I remember one time a guy came up to me and he said he was looking for like a novelty for a party, you know, and he was
Yeah.
like looking at all these dildos. He's like, "Oh, well, it's for a party, you know, I want to do a joke." And like I was like, "Okay, well, this one's pretty big. You can kind of swing it around." And then like he went and talked to like my coworker and was like told my coworker, he's like, "Look, I'm looking for like an intimate toy for my wife, and this guy, he's being too silly or whatever." And then like when he goes to leave, he's like, "Shame on you, sir. Shame." It's like you told me you were looking for a gag for a party, and then you're mad at me because I
Maybe he
didn't
said,
know it was.
I'm looking for something that will make me gag at a party.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
There
what
was
he
no
said.
party involved. It was like a very intimate thing, but like I don't know. That's what he said, and then he went and got mad at me for like taking him at his word. I
Well,
also
here we are.
discovered when I worked there
Well, shut
that
up for
there's
a
a
second. I gotta. God,
sorry, this is a topic I'm interested in talking about, as you can tell.
I know,
It
but
doesn't come up very often.
have you ever? This is a super chat. This is a big deal. Have you ever told the story of going to the Mad Magazine offices? Have I ever told
Me?
that story? No,
You
me.
went to the Mad Magazine offices?
I went to visit the Mad Magazine offices. It
Oh,
was
I didn't
like
know that.
shortly after I got out of the Navy. My sister was living in New York City. My girlfriend at the time and I travel to visit my sister in New York City, and we're doing all like the sightseeing stuff, doing all like the normal um, touristy things. But I'm like, listen, if there's one thing that I got to do here, I got to visit the Mad Magazine offices. And so I look it up where to go. I go down to the offices. I get into the main atrium. I go up to like the person at that front desk and I go, "Hello, I'm here to visit the Mad offices." And they look at me and they go, "Do you have an appointment?" And I say, "No, I do not, but I am a subscriber." And they just looked at me and they said, "You're not going up there. Have a nice day." And I just had to turn around and leave.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I was hoping they were going to be like, "No, this is Mademoiselle. We're ordering our sign on the installment plan."
It was a bummer though. This was like I thought for sure I would get like hustled right on up there. They'd be like, "Right this way, sir."
Oh, a subscriber. You must have given us tens of dollars over the years.
Well, actually, not me. My uncle Mo is the one who subscribed to me, but you know, then
That's
they'd be
probably
like,
they
"Yeah,
probably pegged you for not a real subscriber. They're
you
probably
think so?"
like, they're probably no, someone else is paying for this subscription. This guy's not going up.
Yeah. Well, it was a gift. It was like a gift subscription that my uncle always gave me. Anyway, hey Kyle, do you need to go pee?
Mhm. Me? I
We've been
guess I
doing this,
probably should.
yeah, because we have about
This is the
45
break. This
minutes
is
left.
this is the urination break that you're given during this thing.
Yeah, and Kyle, I'm going to go over the Eisner Awards and the categories, just so that we save a little bit of time.
Okay, cool. So I'll go pee and grab a beer, and when we come back, we'll vote for the 2025 Eisners.
Yes, indeed. I'm going to leave you.
I'll just
I'm
see
gonna,
myself out then.
all right, you should have said yes with Sergio. Yeah, if I had any type of like, I went in there thinking I am going to get in there, so I didn't really think to like come up with a lie or anything. I was just sort of nonplussed. I was befuddled, and I just left with my tail between my legs. Yeah, it was a pure story, pure idiocy. Anyway, hey, so we're talking about the Eisner Awards. Let me pull this up. All right, so as you guys know, the Eisner Awards are given every year at San Diego Comic-Con, the Will Eisner Comic Industry Awards. And so this is the 2025 nominees. And if you guys want, oh, what year was I there? Nora, do you remember that? I got out of the Navy like late 2006. It was probably like 2007, late 2007, or maybe 2008. That would be my best guess. Yeah, that's my best guess. We're not going to talk about why Kyle has to pee at this time every live episode. Does he have a bladder condition or something? I don't want to talk about, it's like we've talked about his third nipple. We've talked about a lot of medical things about him. I don't want to bring up his bladder condition. I don't think that would be appropriate.
You're not talking about my bladder condition, are you?
No. And I've covered.
I don't have a bladder condition. I drink coffee all day and beer at the end of the day sometimes. And it's 10 o'clock at night or 11 o'clock at night. If this was happening at 8 in the morning, we could go for 4 hours. I wouldn't pee.
Yeah. All right. So there you have the answer. He's drunk, and if he doesn't go, he'll piss his pants.
This is my first beer in hours. I had one in the afternoon. We had company. There were snacks.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, 2007. That was about it. I said I watched the Kyle's bladder issues. He's hydrated. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so I covered 0% of the Eisner Awards. I just introduced it as an award.
The concept of I could hear you in the bathroom. I had my headphones in.
Yeah, I should have put you on the live stream again so we could all.
Well, that's probably the problem. Is I often listen to our podcast when I go to the bathroom. So maybe it's when I hear your voice. It's like a Pavlovian response.
Yeah, that's amazing. That would be like.
Yeah, I'm down here now. I could do the hand thing.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so weird.
It's hard to figure it out because it's opposite on mine.
Also, like you just want to be like, when like really you holding still is the only thing that makes sense in terms of doing it in any kind of convincing way.
All right. New meaning to live stream. Best short story. We have. Is this the order that your ballot is in, by the way?
I have Anything Sinister by Ross Murray.
Yeah.
Day 1703. Pig. Spaces. Water I've Loved. Moving Day. And You Cannot Live on Bread Alone. Now, for this one, I am definitely leaning towards Chris Ware in Smoke Signal, which I haven't read, but I like Smoke Signal. It's the smallest publication. I like Chris Ware. I like Desert Island Publishing. So I'm just inclined to do that, having not seen any of them. But I'm open to suggestions, arguments to convince me. If anyone has any strong feelings.
No, I have none.
In the chat, if anyone has any strong feelings, you can speak now or forever hold your peace. Because I'm going to.
Yeah, I have the chat set to ultra low latency, so you better take advantage of that. Next up, best single issue or one shot, Abortion Pill Zine, a community guide to misoprostol and mifepristone by Isabella Rotman. Sounds like a fun one. Ice Cream Man 39. I haven't heard of it. Ice Cream Man 39. Pee Pee Poo Poo #1.
So that is where I'm leaning because I have seen that, like a little bit of that, and it's kind of like a good kind of first showing. It's very interesting, and I kind of lean towards that already. But I haven't seen any of the other things. War on Gaza I haven't seen yet, but I'm gonna pick that up actually. I like.
Dude, that's insane because I have a friend that I talk to pretty often, and I'm on speakerphone. I'm put on speakerphone, and their kid is in the car. Oftentimes when we're talking, and the moment I'm told that I'm on speakerphone, I go, "Oh, pee pee poo poo."
That's the sound of like transferring you. Beep, beep, boop, boop.
Yeah, pee pee poo poo. 1 second, pee pee poo poo. I was gonna say though, I really have liked Ice Cream Man. That's like one of the few comics that I get on a regular basis. Um,
Really? What's it about?
it's it, it's just nightmares, dude. Like that's basically what it is. There's like this loose story of this like guy who's the ice cream man, who's like basically this demonic character that like goes through and it basically affects people's lives in profoundly negative ways. It's all very poetic. What's this? Who's that? Martin Morazzo. The artist is really great. Yeah, they're just like fun little, usually self-contained stories, and each one will have like a theme to it. But yeah,
All right. Well, I might check that out, but I think I'm going to vote pee poo poo poo.
okay. Pee pee poo poo number one.
We got best continuing series.
The Department of Truth by James Tynion. Detective Comics by Ram V. Tom Taylor. Oh, look at all those people right there. Fantastic Four by Ryan North. Santos Sisters. Ultimate Spider-Man by Jonathan Hickman. And Wonder Woman by Tom King. Okay, it's a little bit more in my wheelhouse. One, I hate Tom King. I think Tom King is one of the most overrated writers in comics today. So I would say he's off the list.
I would say though that people should check out our Wonder Woman video from when we reviewed Wonder Woman. I reposted the video. It's kind of an updated version on my channel. But we were looking at Golden Age Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
So.
And Mad Magazine's Wonder Woman. I have been reading Detective Comics. And Detective Comics has been...
That's Batman.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's called Detective Comics. But yeah.
Yeah, but that's what that book is. It's not like a variety book where now we're looking at, I don't know, Blue Beetle or something.
Or Dick Tracy.
Some other detective.
Yeah.
Is Dick Tracy in the DC universe? I don't think so.
No, but he is a detective. He's in the detective universe.
There you go. So he could be in the like DC versus King Feature Syndicate series that
Yeah.
comes out.
Oh,
the big
dude.
reset.
King Syndicates. Oh my God. Those were like,
Yeah.
do you remember when they were doing like those were great comics. Jungle Jim, The Phantom,
Yeah.
Mandrake the Magician. Obviously, you know I love Mandrake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking more like Papa. I think
Oh.
Charlie Brown. I think
Dude, that would be sick though to do a comic where it's just like all of these detectives as if they like existed in the same world.
Yeah. Well, Dick Tracy is in the novel, the like novel version of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Who Censored Roger Rabbit, which Who Framed Roger Rabbit is loosely based on.
Yeah. Batman versus Mark Trail. Dude, Mark Trail. That's a classic.
Yeah. So I don't know, is Dick Tracy King Feature Syndicate? I just know that is the biggest. I'm pretty sure that's the biggest one, like of the classic newspaper syndicates.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm leaning towards Santos Sisters because it's the smallest publisher, but you think
Detective? No, why? Yeah, Detective. Let them win for once.
You're saying Detective Comics was really good this year?
I've really enjoyed it.
You think it's the best continuing series? Look in your heart. Is it the best continuing series?
Out of all of these, I'm not picking Tom King. He's doo-doo. Jonathan Hickman, I mean, I'd rather see him doing stuff like Manhattan Projects again rather than doing Ultimate Spider Dork. Fantastic Four.
All right. Well, as Sketchy Works pointed out earlier, I used to get paychecks from DC because of Matt. Yeah. So I'll go Detective Comics on that one.
Yeah.
You convinced me.
Be a company man.
What do you got here? Best limited series. So I guess not Animal Pound's no good for you.
Yep. Correct.
I don't know any of these books.
Alan Scott, the Green Lantern, Tim Sheridan, and Cian Tormey. The Deviant, Helen of Windhorn, Rare Flowers, and Zatanna. Ooh. So Zatanna is a babe. Okay, she's a magic babe.
But is that book any good? I don't know. See, I would
Yeah.
lean to one of the Boom Studios because they're the smaller studios and they would like the smaller publishers and they would benefit more from winning an Eisner or even
Then do
performing
Ram
well.
V, please.
All right.
Okay. No Gru, that's BS.
Well,
Maybe
there could be some other book here.
And maybe it didn't get released in time. I don't know.
What Gru series would be out? Is it like Gru?
I think that came out in like the last quarter of 24.
Was it just called Gru? Was it more Gru, or is it because it seems like Gru in the last like decade or so? It seems like it'll come out and there'll be like a series almost. So it'll then be released as trade paperbacks.
Yeah.
So there was like Gru, Friends and Foes, I think was one a few years ago. And then there was like Gru and the Gods. And so I don't know,
Kyle,
like, hey, nice shirt.
You like that shirt?
I do. That's why I made it. Here, I'm going to share the link to that actually in the
Please do. This is honestly, I bought this shirt. This dude, let me tell you, this dude doesn't know a good design if it bit him in the ass. He had this thing, and I was like, give me that file. I'm going to make it into a button. That's awesome. And then he's like, well, I guess I'll make it into a shirt. And boy, am I glad he did. This thing is sick. I love this.
Here we go. I'll put the link in the chat.
What issue was that off of? It's like Mad. It's like, I think 170 something. I don't know why I think that.
It's the one that's your background, where it's like the mad smiley face wallpaper, or it's like paint. It's like a bucket of paint and it's mad smiley faces in a pattern.
Nope. I'm that vulture. Nope.
Okay, well, what is it? You know what? I've been watching Looney Tunes with my kids. We haven't watched any of those yet.
Yeah.
So I got to find one
great.
of those. He's great. I don't know his name, but I like that character.
I looked like him as a kid. Nope. But anyway, it's I forget what it was, but it's just blue with a field of these on there. Or it's a bunch of smiley faces, and then there's the Alfred E. Neuman face.
I thought it was being painted. I thought there was like a bucket of paint with those smiley faces, and like the pattern was being rolled on.
No, that's a different one.
But the same. That's the one I took the smiley face from. I'm pretty sure.
Anyway, best new series, Absolute Batman by Scott Snyder and Nick Dragotta. Nick Dragotta, what did he do? I forget the title of the book. I love his artwork. I have not read Absolute Batman, though. I've heard good things, but yeah. Absolute Wonder Woman by Kelly Thompson. Minor Arcana by Jeff Lemire.
So that's who I would probably vote for. I haven't read any of these. But Jeff Lemire.
Jeff Lemire rules, dude.
He's from Windsor, Ontario. And so I tend to like, which is a town that I'm not from, but like I lived there for a long time, and you know, my mother's from there, all my family's from there, a lot of them. So I would lean towards that. Plus, it's Boom Studios, which is like a smaller publisher.
Yeah.
And I've read other books by him, and I like them. So you're looking up the cover?
Well,
it's because I'm right. It's because I'm right, and you're.
No,
you're
not right. You bonehead. I told you.
You're right. You're correct in this case. You're correct that I was wrong.
And then it's made into the.
And then you're correct on two fronts here, buddy. Because you're correct that I was wrong, but you were also correct about the other thing. So there you go. It's 2 for you.
Yeah, thank you, Dougie G, coming through. And it was 150. I thought it was like 170. I was wrong about that. So that's embarrassing.
Okay, so 2 rights apparently make a wrong.
But
anyway, I took that and I made it the Watchmen logo for an episode of Potter ZB, a recent video of one that didn't have a video about National Lampoon making fun of Mad Magazine. And you suggested I should put up a shirt, and then I did, and then Doug Guilford showed me some obscure Mad thing where they did basically the same thing already. So hopefully they won't make me take it down.
Well, we have good taste, so
It's a
that's
different
all that
face. Yeah, it's a different
Yeah.
face, and it was like an obscure thing. It was like a Comic-Con exclusive or something.
Dude, know what I want to do? I want to get I actually yes, I have that one. I want to do, and I don't know how to do this, all of like the little things, like the Puyet, the Mad Zeppelin, Flip the Bird, the hand, and then I think there's one more that I want to do. Maybe just Alfred. I want to do an all over print shirt with
Okay.
those, like as a pattern, almost like yeah, like a
Yeah, like an all
Argyle
over
type
pattern.
thing. Yeah.
Is there a website that does that?
I don't know. I've tried. It's fucking hard when you have no actual talent to like do things on the computer.
Oh.
But
Oh, you do
anyway,
you draw it with like tracing paper is how you draw it. You draw your like motif.
yeah,
That's how I would do it. It'd be easy. Well, I'd probably do it digitally now, but that's how I used to do motifs.
yeah.
Like if I was doing an all over pattern.
Well, I don't know, dude.
Anyway,
Good.
I'm leaning towards Minor Arcana, Jeff Lemire.
Yeah, definitely vote that.
Hometown
Jeff
boy.
Lemire rules. He's Canadian. He also wrote in the New 52.
Oh, he's
he was the
Canadian?
writer. Didn't you
I-
say he's Canadian?
I said he lived in Windsor. He could be from Detroit.
Oh shit. Well, let's just call him a C
I'll
word.
still give it to him. I'll still give it to him.
He wrote the New 52 Animal Man, and that was so good. Or he drew
it?
it. Did he draw it or write it?
I
think he
mostly know
drew
him
it.
for like more like he did like Essex. He did like was it Essex County that he did?
Yeah.
Is that him?
Wait, I don't know. I just agreed. Best
Maybe I'm thinking of
publication
someone
for
else.
early readers: Bog Myrtle, Club Microbe, Hilda and Twig
Yeah.
Hide from the Rain, Night Stories and Poetry Comics.
Now I have the Hilda Twig Hide from the Rain book. I got that for my kid.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's pretty
Dude,
good.
Vote for it then.
And my wife likes it too. So it's like it shuts them both up for a while. I'm just kidding. No, but it's quite good. And I like Flying Eye books, so that's where I'm gonna go.
All right. Best publication for kids. What's all this shit for kids, man? I thought this was a comic book convention.
This is like the key grip section of the Eisners, basically, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know any of these.
Yeah. Plain Jane and the Mermaid. Young Hag.
Is that related to isn't there like a Plain Jane? No, it's Lumberjanes I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there anyone in the chat has any suggestions for this one?
Nah, they ain't got shit, dude.
They're silent. They're silent.
All they do is read Mad Magazine.
All right. Well, what should I pick here? Let's pick Young Hag and the Witch's Quest.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Best publication for tweens. For teens?
For teens.
All right. Big Jim and the White Boy.
That's where I'm leaning, just by the name. Obviously, that's from the story I told earlier.
Damn, that's sick, dude. The Gulf? This must be about the Gulf of America.
I haven't read any of these. I guess I'll just pick Big Jim and the White Boy.
Yeah. I want to see the cover of this. What the hell? No, you fool. There we go. Big Jim and the White Boy. Oh. Oh, jeez. All right, so it's like a retelling of whatchamacallit, that Huckleberry Finn.
Okay. But
it's called Big Jim.
okay. Oh, that's good. I like that story.
Yeah.
That's good. I've read Huck Finn. It's a good book.
Here we have best humor.
I haven't read it out loud in a while.
Yeah.
I can say that. Not in a long time.
Like,
It was okay when I did. It was
well,
it was
son,
in a
we're
class.
going to be doing a read aloud tonight. Adulthood is a gift. Forces of nature. Kids are still weird. A pill bug story processing. Best humor publication. No, what was that? What's that one? Spread Love Zine? How
Oh
come that
yeah.
doesn't? Why wouldn't that? That's a humor magazine.
I don't think that would be considered a humor publication in this context. I don't think.
Okay. Are these like standalone books?
Yeah, I think so. So Adult is a Gift by Sarah Anderson. I think Adulthood is a Gift. I think she's like the one on like Instagram and stuff that does all those kind of squee or twee kind of, you know, comics,
Yeah.
but like mental health and stuff.
Yeah.
But they're kind of cute. I think that's her. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a pick here. I guess I would probably go. I don't really like Jeffrey Brown.
Yeah.
Or
Fuck
not
him.
him.
Unless
Yeah.
he wants to come on the show, then
I'm gonna go with Pill Bug Story because I'm not sure Black Panel Press who that is.
all right.
They have a thing here where it says details right next to it if you have the actual ballot, but you click it and it's just like says the name of the title. It doesn't even tell you who does it other than
Dude,
on
hold
the actual
on.
ballot.
Holy shit, dude. Look at how much stuff there is. We can't do this. There's so many of these.
You're gonna make me do this alone?
Yes. We're going to be here all night if we do this.
Well, that's why I wanted to do it on here instead of doing it on my own time.
Oh my God. Kyle, I thought
Listen,
this
it's
was
a
gonna be
privilege
like
to be able to
10
vote in this
things.
thing.
We do have
right.
an EC one. Yes. On hell, I saw that. But look at now I have to find it and I have to here we go. Best anthology. EC, Cruel Universe. Godzilla's 70th anniversary. Now the new comics anthology. That sounds interesting. Peep #1. So Buttons #14. Life and Death.
All right.
EC
Well, what do we got?
Cruel.
Let's just pick some choice categories and I'll go through later.
All right. Best reality-based work. Oh,
Where's
do you
best
think,
anthology? I want to vote for that one. Best.
Yeah, best anthology. I just read them, dude.
Well, they're different. They're like I was jumping down in the. Here we go. Okay, so, yeah, that's the next one. Do you say there's an EC one in there? Yeah, EC
Yeah,
Cruel
EC,
Universe.
Cruel
Boom.
Universe.
Easy. Best reality-based work. We'll skip that. Best graphic memoir.
Unless, hey, do you know? Did you know what I was thinking? Anyway, well, we would know if Noah was got anything right. Friend of
Well,
the
let's
show,
check.
Noah Van Sciver.
He does not come up on a. I didn't want to type the Skyver because who knows? Maybe Ethan Van Sciver's on here. Can you imagine? There's no way he would never. They'd never let him on here.
They would never. He could make
Even
like
if he deserved it, he would not be on here.
Absolutely. Like, and here's the thing. Ethan Van Sciver is an awesome comic book artist.
I mean, he's not my thing, but
sure, that's fine. Like, you can have taste, but I'm just saying, like, he's a talented dude. But they would never ever let him. No. Graphic album. What the hell is a graphic album? Is that some European thing?
Best graphic album reprint. Maybe that's more like pictures and stuff, less of a story. Yeah. You got best adaptation of another medium, U.S. edition of international materials. I would have some picks for that, but I didn't read any of these.
Yeah.
U.S. edition of international material, archival collection. Is there anything here I want to vote in? Oh, there's a Wally Wood one. Wally Wood from Wits End, complete collection. Boom. Best archival collection.
Project?
Best Project comic books. Yeah.
Wally
so he's on there.
From Wits End.
I don't actually have this, but I do have the smaller book that's like a kind of best of Wits End. Yeah. That I think is done in a very similar way. And that's quite good. I just couldn't afford the full thing in terms of space or money.
My connection's not private. What the hell?
Best comics related book.
Hold on.
Anything on here?
Periodical. Wait.
What am I waiting for?
I don't know. Sorry, I was reading. Best comics related
Okay.
book.
I'm waiting for you to read.
Yeah,
Best
sorry.
publication design. There's the Bill Ward Fantagraphics
Ward.
Studio Edition. I don't have that. But I have seen images of that. It looks pretty good.
Ooh, look at
Definitely
this.
more interesting than The Killing Joke.
It is. The Killing Joke is just like, I don't know. David Mazzucchelli's Batman Year One Artist Edition, that would be cool. That's I don't
There's
know.
no way I'm voting for that. You got one
Why?
Batman out of me.
What?
Over Fantagraphics doing a Bill Ward collection. I want Fantagraphics
Oh yeah.
or Bill Ward books.
Yeah.
Think they're gonna do that? They're not winning awards.
No.
Half the things that Fantagraphics put out, I'm like, who is the audience for this other than me, and I can't afford it.
There must be people that are buying it. I
Oh,
wonder
there
if
is.
it's
Yeah,
like
but
speculators who are just like, I'm going to buy this and resell it in 2 years.
I mean, you can for sure. A lot of their books, like if you pick the right ones, you can get a good money if they become kind of hot and then out of print. Best artist or artist
What?
writer.
Writer,
How
artist.
strong is this
Charles
beer?
Burns. Emil Ferris.
Artist.
How come, again, like Noah Van Sciver, what the hell? Why isn't he on this?
What would be his book for that year? This is 2025, so it's 2024. I mean,
Maple Terrace.
this book was really good. Oh, this is One Dirty Tree. I thought it was the follow-up to that.
No, that was old.
Yeah, I mean, I would vote for him no matter what it was. I'm just curious what the book would be.
Yeah.
I mean, do I want to vote for Charles Burns? I haven't. I mean, comics I've read.
I've
Final
never
Cut I
even
haven't
heard
read
of
yet.
Charles Burns.
What?
You've
heard of
me.
Charles Burns?
No,
You're
I
just being
haven't.
a contrarian now.
No, I haven't. I'm ignorant.
Black Hole.
Is that from that store you worked at?
You would recognize. You're thinking of Black Hole 7. Oh yeah, this was the other thing I wanted to mention about that since you got me on the topic again. Do you know there's a guy who, at least in Canada, must call every day all of the adult stores in Canada, which now he must not have many places to call, but and he'll ask for a product and then try to lead into a fantasy of his.
Really?
Yeah, he'll be like, "Oh, do you have do you have enema kits?" And if you're like, yes, we do, blah, blah, blah. They'd be like, yes. Well, I was talking to my aunt and she's a little cheeky. He'll like lead into a story. He'd be like, back when she had a horse farm and, she'd wear these rubber boots, and he'll just like keep going until you're like, I got a customer. I got to go. But like, this is something I realized when I went to the other store, because I already knew he was calling all the stores in Windsor.
Yeah.
But when I went to the other store 1,000 miles away, he called there too.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's just what he did all day.
He sounded like an old man, so he's probably retired. What do they call it? RAH, retired and horny.
Yeah. All right. Well, here we have Best Painter Multimedia Artist. Never heard of any of these people.
Yeah, I don't have any preference. What else we got? Best cover artist. You might have some pick in this.
No.
Really, there's Detective Comics. Where
do you see Detective?
Nobody. It's Dark Horse Detective Comics.
Coloring, lettering, and there you go. That's it then after that.
You don't have a preferred letterer?
No, dude.
I'll go Emil Ferris. My favorite thing is monsters. All right, well, there you go. So exciting thing that you get to be involved in, but also too many categories and too long.
Dude, way too many categories.
Yeah. And if it was the Oscars and you got to vote, they'd send you a screener.
Yeah, but I mean that is true. I wonder if that would be that'd cost a lot of money to do that. Hey, we have 14 We have 14 likes on this video. If you have not already, please make sure that you hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment either down below or in the live chat just right over there. You also have the option to support me on Patreon or become a channel member. All of that is down in the description. If you want this sick shirt right here, well, I'm going to put a link down in the description as well. Kyle Bridgett, drop this sick shirt link in the chat. Pretty please.
I did already.
Oh, I know, but that was the chat moves, Kyle.
All right. Well, I got to do it again.
Well, yeah.
Hold on. I'm putting the link to the actual, just my TeePublic channel, because you can also get our Potter ZB shirt there.
Oh. Here we have Squalid Games.
So I never watched this show. I gather it's like Korean 120 Days of Sodom, but if it was a reality TV show.
I don't know what 120 Days of Sodom is.
Sallow. You know the movie Sallow?
No.
Oh, well, you're fortunate, I guess.
All right.
It's a little much. I mean, I think it's a good film, but it's a little much.
Yeah, it's a game where, they play childhood games and the consequences are death if they lose them.
Yeah.
And it's ultra rich people just watching these poor people compete. And it was kind of good. I thought it was good until the very last episode. And then
that's
I think
when BoJack Horseman showed up.
BoJack Horseman. That's so weird that you would bring that up.
Oh, sorry. I must
MC
be misremembering.
Escher was here. That's kind of cute. But yeah, this is I love these illustrations.
There he is, right there. BoJack Horseman. Last panel.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Is that still on?
I think there's a new thing coming, actually. I think I saw something about. No, it's not a new thing. It's what's her name that did that show? Who was like the designer on that show?
Okay, did Tom and Des just glue Squid Games and Squid Games 2 together? Probably.
Oh, there's a sequel?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I like the art.
Shane says, page 44 made me proud to be a mad reader again.
Well, I guess we'll see that when we get there.
Yeah.
Storage
see
Wars.
You when you get there.
I know of this reality show, Storage Wars, but I mean, it's cool to see Tom Bunk doing an article, like a parody or whatever.
Yeah.
I was thinking that earlier. It's neat to see Bill Ray do one because you see more chicken fat than he would have in Monroe.
Yeah.
It's kind of a different style. And then it's the same thing with Tom Bunk in that when he does a parody like this, all his characters are big. Like they're big honking characters, whereas normally he's doing like the Wimble Builder with all these like little tiny, characters the size of a dime or smaller.
And look at, and then you still get all of this stuff like spilling out of the storage lockers.
Yeah.
You can just fill it with all sorts of cool shit.
All this junk, yeah.
Yeah.
And just like every panel just has that. Like, this is gorgeous.
This is another one of those reality shows that was completely staged and fake, right? It was like, it'd be like.
It would have to be. It would have to be. There's no way that like, if you shot for like 1,000 like hours, just opening random storage lockers. That's what they did, right? They opened storage lockers. You bid on storage lockers and there might be something in there.
Yeah.
Probably like 999 hours of that is going to be boring. Nothing.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, you totally have to fake that whole thing.
Squalid Games. We did not see Alfred in Squalid Games, unfortunately. Unfortunately. And none of the people who were watching gave a like on the thing. Still at 14. So pretty please remember to do that.
This is the one that I know I've seen more than one episode of. Rescue 911.
Rescue 911. I've never seen this before.
I don't recall seeing this parody. I don't know when it's from. I should have checked, but I like that they have William Shatner in like every panel. There's like a price tag on his toupee, or if you prefer, his head wig.
Yeah.
And like in every panel, the price goes down a little bit.
Yeah, 53, 52. Oh my God. This layout right here is just so cool too.
When's this from? 1994. So I guess I would have seen this when it came out, because I definitely would have had whatever issue it was in. But I don't have any memory of it. This is a kind of a neat pick.
Yeah. I don't even remember
Jack
this
Davis
show.
is just so good.
He never misses.
No. He's the only mad artist for which I've like had a religious experience looking at his work. Like, he's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, even in the
like where I
90s,
was
don't
looking
know.
at his work and it's like everything is different now. Like, I can't go back to the way things were, and I have to like reevaluate my life after seeing this.
Yeah.
And like, I'll never look at anything the same ever again.
You know what I like about him is that he didn't hang around. Maybe he died, I don't know, but he didn't hang around so long where you saw that like decline in quality. He was just sort of done.
Yeah, he didn't really have a decline. He always had work. So like, he must have made some good cheddar, you know, because like he was always doing stuff. He was doing movie posters. He was doing,
What's that? Reader's Digest.
album covers,
TV
Reader's
Guide.
Digest, TV Guide, yeah, Mad Magazine, and then like just about anything. And he was always like that, and he was
Yeah.
always hot shit. And he was the
Yeah.
one guy in Humbug that didn't go broke doing it. Yeah, this is a really nice panel.
Yeah.
And how much is his wig at the end? 30 cents.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
It's a lot of wear and tear.
Here you have the Cake or Fake by artist John Adams. I do quite enjoy John Adams. If you recall, they did a reboot of The Lighter Side of with John Adams.
Yeah, I like this better than that. And
Yeah.
because this is deeply weird. And some of the throwaway jokes are pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, I like how when he comes in, he's like, well, I keep my shirt on when I swim because I don't have nipples. It's like, it's great. Let's move on.
Well, the only way to be certain is to jab a knife into it. Okay. Yay, it's cake. Now, how about this? Puppy or cake? Oh, my. Probably a cake, right? There's no way we'd ask you to stab a tranquilized puppy on TV, would we? Phew, it's cake. What about Nanette Rector? Your bully from high school. Is she cake? Oh, my God. Guessing you thought she was cake.
Is that what I thought? I kind of blacked out there.
Your wife is a cake.
No, but he's supposed to figure out if he's a man or cake. So he's supposed to
Yeah.
stab it into his own chest. And they're like, okay, you'll do your wife then. He's like, all right, I will. And it's like, oh, he is cake.
I always knew you weren't a real man. Oh my God. Let's zoom out.
So what does the Wedding Crashers have some reality TV aspect to it?
Yeah, because Kim Kardashian married this guy, and it ended up being this whole thing, and then she divorced him like 2 weeks later. It was really weird. Yeah. What was
Wedding
his name?
Crashers was just like kind of like a sex comedy about guys that would go to weddings to get laid, right?
Yes.
Okay, I remember seeing like the trailers for that at the time.
We have The Dead Celebrity Apprentice. Another great.
This looks great.
One. Yeah.
This is really cool.
Doobie doobie doo. Old Blue Eyes is back. This time from the grave.
Oh my God, I love Andre the Giant and like Fat Elvis.
I am pro wrestling legend Andre the Giant, and I'm a major hit for it. That's more like a Jewish giant, but what are you going to do?
I thought you were doing Sylvester Stallone.
Adrian. It's not how hard you can hit. It's how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
Yeah, you just need to replace some. Well, they both fought Hulk Hogan.
Yes, they did. You're right.
Yeah. Although he fought like, was it Thunder Throat or something?
Thunder Lips or something.
Oh, Thunder Lips.
Thunder Lips. Yeah.
Thunder Throat was later when he was washed up.
All right, this
That
is
scene looks so good in that movie when Hulk Hogan's in there. Like,
oh yeah,
he looks so big because Sylvester Stallone is like, he's like a little guy you could put in your pocket, you know?
Yeah.
Like they shoot him large, but you know, he's a little fella, and you know, Hulk Hogan is quite large, but also often you don't notice because he's with other large people, like he's in the land of giants.
Yeah, because isn't he like 6'7" or something? Like he's really big.
I mean, he's not as tall now because he's like from doing all those leg drops. He's had to have spinal surgery over and over again.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was like huge, but you wouldn't know in WWF because everyone's huge.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Introducing the new reality show from the makers of The Apprentice, The Oligarch. This week's task was to design a new and improved flag for my new and improved country. You're up first, Baldy. I replaced the stripes with duct tape for the roll I used to gag Washington Post journalists. And I got it with the same day delivery. Nothing's more American than Gas Guzzler bringing just a single roll of tape to your door. Very good. What about you, Muskie? My flag design represents America after my troop of programmers fix all of the country's vital systems. 404 error. Reminiscent of a Nazi flag.
Well, we don't know. It could be a Hindu flag.
That is true. Yeah. Got an alt for those altmen? See, I'm funny. Very funny, actually. Yes, I used AI to create this entirely original design by stitching together many existing flags. There's a black flag. That's cool. And then, well, you all did a great job of selling your souls. Now it's time to see who will be my new favorite oligarch and who will accidentally fall out of a boardroom window.
Huh.
Yeah.
I mean, it's lib shit. What do you want? Like it's hampered by like there's limits on how funny it can be, basically.
Yeah. I mean,
It looks great.
Yeah, the art's awesome. It's Herman Mahia. I love that. But yeah, it's just sort of like, I don't know.
Like the thing is, I hate all these people, yes, but you know, I hate all the people that they're put up against in the culture war pretty much the same. And so like I don't find jokes about like, oh, look how stupid they are to be all that funny, because like I think it's all pretty stupid.
Yeah. I'm pretty much in the exact same thing. I don't find it funny. Yeah.
Also, like I feel like this isn't making fun of enough like Elon Musk. Like what? Oh, it's calling him a Nazi. He thinks that's great. He thinks it's hilarious that he's a Nazi. You know, so it's like this isn't sticking it to power, you know.
Yeah.
They should have had his like robot penis in it, like not working or something to make fun of him, you know? Like
or have like a brood of children like running around at his feet or something. Like, yeah. Because like he was on like Joe Rogan shortly after, and they brought it up, and he was like, I did not see that coming.
Yeah,
And
because he's just like an epic meme Nazi guy, like who's like just discovered like the 2016 election, basically.
Yeah.
And he's just mired in like Keck memes or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't feel like any of these really go hard on anybody other than say that Trump is a puppet of Putin, which is like, that joke is so stale. You might as well do an OJ joke at this point, you know?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's like that is from 2016. That's a 2016 era joke. So I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it works. Maybe it works for other people who aren't like me.
Well, it does.
Like,
I mean,
I
like,
don't really care about that kind of politics, you know?
Yeah.
I care about politics, but not in that level.
People in the comments liked it. You know, it's like,
oh, it's good. That's good.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I've gone on like pretty regularly. Like the political shit just does not doesn't
Some
get
political
me.
stuff works for me, but when it's just like Donald Trump Russiagate kind of like, Trumpler
Yeah,
or whatever they're
he's
doing. Like I just feel like all
Orange
that humor is
Man.
like it
Yeah,
just feels like it doesn't have any effect anyway. So I don't know.
yeah.
I don't
I
know.
think it's ultimately it's like impotent humor, right? Because
Also,
it
like, didn't he
really
just
does
take like a
nothing.
$400 million bribe or something? Like, is him doing these flags? Is that like that seems like he's always like one upping himself too. Like,
Yeah,
so it's also like Mad can't get a joke out fast enough to really make fun of him,
yeah.
because he's so much worse than whatever it is that you can make fun of him for by the time the book comes out.
Here we go.
But I
I'm
like the
against
art.
the total. Yeah.
Sorry.
The art is beautiful. It's Herman Mahia. It's going to be impeccable. I'm against total drama. Let Donald Trump be a pro at this Canadian cartoon. I distracted myself with Monster High.
I don't understand the sentence.
I don't, I don't either.
I think those were all like cartoon shows. I think there was a lot of cartoon show titles in
Yeah.
there,
Yes.
but things that I don't watch.
Here we have the Snark Tank. That's the Shark Tank, Kyle. That's
That's the
where
one that the guy who what's his name? He ran
Mark
for
Cuban.
to be the leader of yeah, he's a Canadian guy.
Oh, Mr. Wonderful.
Yeah, he ran for like he ran to run for prime minister. Like he ran to be like in like our version of a primary for a party.
Yeah. How do you do?
Like he ran to be the head of the Conservative Party.
Is that the Liberal Party?
That would be like our Republican Party. Although
Okay.
our Republican Party is kind of like your Democrat Party. And
Okay.
like a little bit less so now, but like our
Yeah.
politics are like basically 10 years behind yours in terms of like acceleration towards the extreme right.
Okay. Fun. Here we go. New Spy versus Spy. Vanessa said that was just her subconscious speaking.
Okay.
Yeah. Here we have another Spy versus Spy. I think this is beautiful. I love this one right here. So like the title.
Yeah, that looks good.
And it is cool to have this format of Spy versus Spy, like 2 single pages, like they always did back in the day. Like he's
Yeah, I
building
like
a
that usually better than one big one. I
yeah.
like one big one on special occasions. But like the
Yes.
full page spread, I don't get as much out of it as a single page.
Wait, I don't understand. Oh, he got so
It's been-
fat that he depressed the plunger and blew himself up.
Uh-huh. Okay, and then the white spy. Okay, so the idea is that the black spy is going to eat him out of business because it's all he can eat.
Yeah.
So that was his motivation there. He's not just gluttonous.
Yeah. Here we go. VH1 drags out even more RuPaul shows.
Never watched an episode.
Either did I. Is this a new one? No, this is back in 2020. I don't remember this.
Is the next one's a new one, isn't it? Extreme Animal Makeover.
Extreme Animal Makeover. Yes, I think it is. Look at that. Gideon Kendall.
What a
Puppies
pro.
can,
Like he's so good. Like
yeah.
he's just like he's such a like workhorse.
This guy went from goat to goat. Fun fact, all turtles are overweight, but with a little ingenuity and a large lack of empathy, we helped this repellent reptile lose multiple pounds by removing his useless shell. Add the right terrapin accessories, and this nudie cutie can strut the runway with pride, albeit very slowly. Now,
That's good writing.
yes, Shane said page 44 made him proud to be a Mad Reader. That panel right there, that made me proud to be a Mad Reader. That nudie cutie.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Holy smokes. Mad reveals the guise of Duck Dynasty without beards. This is kind
The
of fun.
Jace Robertson one looks pretty good.
Yeah. The Willie Robertson one too. Chaz Bono.
I don't buy that one as much. I didn't recognize either guy though.
Yeah.
So
Well,
maybe
Chaz
that kind of
Bono
hurt the
is
humor.
the son of Sonny and Cher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is he a pro bono or is he amateur?
This is pro bono.
Okay.
All right, here we have the fold-in.
Oh, dude, I gotta tell you this.
Yeah.
Before you get to this fold-in. You're gonna like this.
Yeah.
So I gave my kid, my 5-year-old kid, for some reason I had it kicking around. It's called like the Incredibly Dumb Mad. And it's like a trade paperback kind of thing of Mad. It's like a super special, but it's a little bit kind of perfect bound. But it's a little more kid friendly. Like all the articles, it's not quite Mad Kids, but all the articles in it are more kid friendly, more things that kids would know. And they even did stuff like the strip club in it is called something else.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not as risque. And anyway, it had a fold-in. So I got to show my kid how a fold-in worked.
Oh,
and
that's
like
cool.
he was completely mesmerized.
Yeah.
And he was like, wait, how does it? And he was like trying to take it apart and figure out where the picture was. He was like, what? He's like, where did it go? Like, oh, I see it. And he was just like 15 minutes, just like folding this thing in and out. He was totally, and it wasn't even one that he would have gotten the joke, but
yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty magical to see that first fold-in experience because I haven't experienced it since I was almost his age. You know, I was 6 the first time I had a fold-in experience.
I got to show. I'm not going to fold this one. I'm going to show my kids this tomorrow.
It's magical.
What was the subject of a recent extreme makeover? Oh, it's a bird. The
Justice Department.
Department. Do I have the wrong card? Sometimes this one works on the old ones, but not on the new ones. Oh yeah, it's like look at there's the eagle, little Eddie Eagle.
I mean, I folded mine.
Oh yeah, here let me.
I don't know if you can.
Beautiful.
There you go.
I see it.
Ah,
we all love it. Oops, we'll remove. Boom.
Johnny Sampson, man, he's so good at the fold-in.
He is really good. Really, really good.
I would say this. He's like almost Al Jaffee good.
It's pretty high praise, dude.
Yeah.
Well, Kyle, it's like 10:30 your time, 11:30.
It's 11:40 my time. Yeah.
Jeez.
And you know what else too, you asshole? It's a goddamn Canadian holiday, and you call me on here on a Canadian holiday.
Well, what is it? What is it?
Well, tomorrow's technically the holiday, but it's kind of a weekend holiday. It's May 24. That's what we call it. Which sounds crazy that because next week is actually the 24th. Yeah. But this is a holiday that celebrated the weekend before the 25th. So this is like the one instance where it's as far from that as it can be, basically. And it's supposed to be celebrating the Queen Victoria's birthday on the 24th, May 24th. But we call it May 24 because it's like a long weekend. And traditionally the weather's kind of nice. So you can like get a 2-4 of beer, which is what we call like a 24 pack of beer. And go camping.
You have fun when you celebrate Queen Victoria's birthday with and you call things a 2-4. Okay.
A 2-4, yeah. Well, what do you call it? A 24?
A case?
A case. But what do you? Oh, so but then you have a 12 pack and a 6-pack.
Yeah. So yeah, 24 pack. So you would do like you and your boys. It would do something called a case race back in the day, and so you would all get a case of beer and see who could drink it.
Yeah. Sometimes people will say case of beer, but 2-4 I find is the preferred nomenclature.
Yeah. All Canadians listen to Rush on May 24.
I don't think I've done anything Canadian today. I've drinking some beer that's Canadian. I guess that's kind of Canadian.
Yeah,
but,
that's very Canadian.
I'm not
Well,
particularly patriotic.
Kyle, thank you for joining the live stream. It's always a pleasure.
Hey,
Quite
you're
enjoy
welcome.
hanging out with you.
I do too. Yeah. And you know what? I've been doing all these Potter ZB videos. Which if you like our podcast, I've got all these making videos of past episodes. We've been doing it seasonally this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I miss this. This is every time I listen to it or I'm editing, I'm like, man, we have so much fun.
We do. We do have
Yeah.
fun. And I hope all of you guys had fun watching. So before we head out, remember, hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. Patreon.com, link is down in the description. I'll put this TeePublic link down there as well. Check out Kyle's shop. Also, consider becoming a channel member. You can do things like, even without that, if you just want to give me a couple bucks, you can do super chat. That was done this evening. Now Kyle has to go back to working at his bookstore.
I mean, I love that job. That was the best job I ever had.
It was a great job for you. I believe that.
Oh my God. It was great.
Lots of
Like I said, no
downtime.
one wants to talk to you. I just spent my whole time drawing. I would bring in an easel and I'd be painting in there.
Yeah.
Kids are calling me white boy. Hookers are spitting on me. It was great. You know what? And one of those hookers went on to marry my grandfather. So after he became a widower.
Well, with that, thank you guys so much for watching. Toodaloo.